hopefully that big one will come through and get a shot.
When I saw him coming, I started freaking out. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The goals get him a trick buck on the ground, and sometimes you gotta switch gears to do that.
Warden just texted me. This is actually his.
That's crazy.
It seems like no matter what I've tried to do, I just can't catch a break.
So we have our shooter right here, about 90 yards on the other side of the fence line.
I'll come running over the hill, and right behind her was one of the shooters.
Sheriff and game warden I have to contact.
I think my odds are high. I think I'm just gonna stick to this spot. I think I can get a shot on him before the week's over, so.
Oh my gosh, let's go. Oh my God.
All right, guys, so we're still sitting at the power line spot with the buck that I named, KP. We haven't seen him the past 2 sits. The first 3, he was chasing does all around the power line, so we've seen several does this morning, but no chasing at all. I think he might have booked it out of the area. He bred a doe 2 days ago, and we saw a hunter down the street, parked down the street that we believe was hunting the field that we're actually been looking at him in, so I don't know if that got him boogered up wherever that guy was sitting. A couple of other shooters showing up at another spot, so those bucks are coming through in daylight, so we may have to switch gears here. Would love to get it done on this buck, but with limited time, gotta use my options, so gonna hang a set over there, and that's the game plan. Like I said, it pains me to not get it done on this deer right here, I'm gonna be honest, but if he's not showing, if he's not in here, we gotta be mobile and we gotta keep moving.
Back in the stand for the second day or third morning, I don't even know. I'm surprised I'm even out here. I woke up this morning and it was not feeling it. I rolled over and I'm like, nah, I gotta go hunt. So we're in the tree, had a doe come in at first light, nothing behind her. Surprisingly, the rut action has been super slow. First day I had some chasing, but other than that, it's just been single deer just kind of doing their thing. So I don't know if this part of Kentucky is different than what I'm used to, but they're just not chasing right now. So I'm gonna sit tight. Hopefully that big one will come through and get a shot. He's coming in. He's coming in.
this morning. I'm by myself. It's been pretty hectic since daylight. This is kind of the first chance I've had to stop and kind of get everything together. I've had deer on me all morning since first light. I had one of the deer I'm after come by me down in this bottom right at daylight, and the camera wasn't even out yet. So I just threw my binos on him, and I immediately knew what deer it was. So he wasn't with a doe, which is good. The last time we saw him, he was with a doe. So he's out looking. Maybe he'll come back by and give me a shot. Regardless, it's already been a phenomenal morning. Gorgeous sunrise, geese on the ponds. That was really odd. There were 3 bucks. Nah, not 3 bucks. I had 1 buck come off the hill right here. And then 2 bucks come out of this bottom. And they were kind of just sitting here milling around with each other, hanging out, which is kind of odd for it being November. One of those bucks, when I saw him coming, I thought he was one of the shooters, so I started freaking out. But I think he's just a 2 or 3-year-old. Come the last day, though, if I haven't killed yet, I'm gonna try to take him. Please come down here, please, 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 no, 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 no. Oh my gosh. He's gonna go down right there. He's gonna go down right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's down. Yes. 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 Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I cannot be more thankful. The way my season's been this year, I could not catch a break. That wasn't the biggest deer in here. That's not the biggest deer I've ever shot. But I don't care. Oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lord. Let's go, baby. We're on the board in Kentucky. I just smoked him at like, I don't know, 15 yards. He ran 80, 90 and tipped over. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. FaceTime Alex B. I gotta call him first. Alex is my ride or die. Somebody's tagged out in Kentucky, baby. I swear on my life. I don't know what deer it is. It's a 10-pointer. I shot him at 19 yards. Oh my gosh. This season has hands down been the hardest season of my life. From deer going missing, disappearing, to me shoulder shooting, the biggest deer I've ever hunted in my life. It seems like no matter what I've tried to do, I just can't catch a break. And to be able to kind of jump over that here in Kentucky is very, very special to me. I just had to put everything, your man upstairs.
I knew if it was his plan for certain things to go my way, it would happen. And if it was in his plan for things to not go my way, it would happen. There's nothing too big that he can't handle. And he blessed me with an opportunity this morning that I'll forever be grateful for. It's not the biggest deer I've ever killed, not the oldest deer I've ever killed, but this deer is probably one of the most special whitetails to me. I don't have much history with this deer. I don't even know if I have a trail camera picture of him. But when I saw him walk through that bottom below me, I made it in my mind. I was like, if he comes in here, if I get an opportunity, I'm going to take him. I'll never get tired of doing this.
Made it to Griffin. We're hauling butt to get back there. It's a good sign right there. I watched this deer fall. Gave him plenty of time. So I think he's been dead long enough. About to walk down in here and get our hands on him. Let's do it. Man, he's not the biggest deer I've ever shot, but I could not be more happy to kill a Kentucky deer.
We're in the stand. There's no food plots. There's no feed. There's no cut lanes. It's just virgin property. We got a couple bucks moving at night. One nice one moved down daylight yesterday. There's not that many does, it seems, on the property. It seems like there's more bucks than does, which I love. So, it's 37 degrees. I'm gonna rip a few grunt calls, see what happens. Not too aggressive yet, but just a couple light grunts. We got birds gobbling everywhere.
If you keep hunting on our property, we're gonna have lots of problems. You better go find your property line.
Guess we got a little bit of foreshadowing of what to expect today at lunchtime. I guess that's the landowner, I'm assuming, or who he thinks this is the land. Now, personally, if this was my land and I knew this was my land, I'd be coming down here right now and saying something. But you got these bullies up here who think they know what they're talking about. I've checked Spartan Forge, I've checked Onyx, I've checked Go Hunt, and I went on the property appraiser's website for Kentucky. And they all are telling me that this is my property. Luckily, we have a game warden meeting us later that can be the mediator, because obviously you can see that this guy's a hothead. The game warden just texted me. I just talked to him. If he does it again, let me know. Try to video what you can. Which is funny you say that, because I have a professional videographer with me at all times. It's on video. So we're getting down, and I have a trail camera right here, and I wanted to go look for it, and literally took 2 minutes. I came in here, went around there, and I just jumped a really nice buck right here in this kind of, whatever this green stuff is. It's like a myrtle bush looking type thing. All of a sudden, in the same time that this guy's been giving me problems, all of a sudden my trail cameras aren't checking in anymore. So we're gonna go see if they're turned off or if they're even still there. Camera off, SD card out. Turned my camera off on my property, and I just jumped a deer right here. This could have told me what was going on last night or the last 2 days. I got another camera right here, and if that one's turned off too, which apparently I already know it is, now I'm freaking ticked off, guys. Oh look, he took the batteries right out of it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now I'm pissed. I had a 170 in here the first night I came in here. And for him to find this trail camera means he was all over in here walking around. And I haven't had that buck on here since he's given me problems. So I got 2 with no battery trays. That's $12.99 times 2. So now he owes me 25 bucks. I know it may seem petty to some of you guys, but this is the biggest deer I've ever chased in my life. And I've spent a lot of time and money to come do this, sacrifices. My mom's at home with stage 4 cancer, and I can only take so much time away from home, and this is what I gotta deal with. Well, let's go see what happens.
So he was harassing you guys, and I can charge him with that. But the problem, I mean, we don't like it. We don't.
No, and I don't want that either. I'm not trying to do any of that.
But I do have to say this. I would have to like go to the PVA and verify and everything. But if he decides that he does want to charge with trespassing, and I have to do that because he wants to,
Yeah.
you'll just have to go through the court and deal with that.
And come back up here?
Maybe, depending
That's
on
crazy.
Depending on, and I'm not saying you will.
Well, I'm not really sure how I feel about things. So, technically I'm right, and this was our land, and basically he's come to the conclusion, he's called the true landowner, the guy who I'm leasing this land from. And the landowner, basically what happened is there's a fence here, but it was probably built in the 80s. And these guys just assume that this has been their land for the last, 20 to 30 years. But there's no survey, he has no survey, and realistically, my landowner probably doesn't know, but this is actually his. So basically the game warden's telling me to grab my stuff and move it 100 yards over to the other side of the old fence that really doesn't have any, it doesn't have any stand, but kind of annoying considering this is where I have all my stuff now, and now I gotta go down there and spend the rest of the afternoon grabbing all my stuff. It is what it is. I'm not really trying to step on any toes. He's going to retrieve my battery trays from the guy. He was also telling me that if this guy wants to press charges on me for trespassing, that he technically could, and then I would have to go to court to prove that I'm right, which is absolutely crazy to me. I mean, I don't know what else I have to show you. I've showed you 6 different things telling you that this is mine. Just one of those things. I'm sure this happens all over the country. Just we kept a cool head, and hopefully me and Luke are gonna slip into somewhere else, and hopefully we kill a giant and everything happens for a reason and everything's good. So stay tuned, let's see what happens.
All right, guys, so we just got set up. 3rd day hunting this buck, sit number 6, for the deer that I'm calling KP, who has been missing the past 2 sits. The first 2 days, he was chasing those all over the place on this power line, and he may have bounced across the road. He may be locked down with the doe and just not moving anymore, not sure, but we're gonna give him one more sit to try to cooperate, and then we might try to mix it up a little bit and try something different, because like I said, we're here till Saturday. The goal is to get a mature buck on the ground, and sometimes you gotta switch gears to do that.
I had to get down early this morning to go help Griffin get his deer. But I'm back up here. I came in, I checked the camera, there's nothing in here, and there's a deer standing at the corner. I don't know what it was. But we got a front moving in tonight. There's a bunch of rain coming throughout the night, maybe even into the morning, so we may not get a morning sit, but I'm sitting tonight. I wouldn't mind if it rains in the morning, because then I can actually sleep in for the first time in like 2 weeks. So, but I'm gonna sit tight now and see what'll come through.
Right, yeah. They die. They gotta like acclimate over time to it.
I'm guessing y'all didn't want to see my buck.
Oh, you got one? Yeah. I can't.
Smoke show?
Yeah.
Saw someone's Ryan, huh? Sounds cool.
Come on now.
Mega meat.
How far do you go?
45, 50. To be honest with you, it was just like rattling here and there, and then hit the horns, turn her over my shoulder, here he comes. Kind of came up the ridge and went away from me, and I turned around and just kind of grunted in the opposite direction. He cut a 180, came right in.
So you saw a 180?
No, I wish.
Slade says I'm going there in the morning.
So I think it's gonna like 115. 110, 115.
Yeah, 115 probably. 4 3/8, 3 4/8, 3.
He was nervous, Griffin.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can get it to where if I mean, I'm gonna beat Jason when I go shoot these does. So
That was your strategy?
that's my strategy the whole time. Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, he don't.
Since from the jump.
He's been holding it. He's been holding the
So your strategy. Never mind. Okay.
Was to catch up on those.
Okay. I like it. Well, yeah.
Now he's already knows what you're trying to do, and he's gonna go do what you're gonna do.
Yeah. I got all day.
So you did it backwards. Yeah, he's.
Going to public land.
Okay.
What is your strategy, Griffin?
My strategy was to shoot a buck, get a buck on the ground, and then shoot my 3 does. The spot I have is flooded with those. So I'm gonna go land on here soon. Probably tomorrow evening or sometime in the near future. I'm gonna go let some arrows fly.
1, 7, 4, 4.
All right. 108 and 3/8. There you go. So that's your total. We'll get back at it. It's raining right now, so probably not hunt in the morning. Maybe some guys will if they're crazy, but I think the rain holds up at like 8 or 9 o'clock, and then people will be getting back out to kill some deer. So yeah, we'll see. Could be a good day tomorrow.
We're coming off of a mental fight yesterday. It was a struggle figuring out if I could even hunt my own land, but long story short, we got them. They're moving. Nothing too big right now, but more daylight activity than I've seen on that property in the morning the last 3 days. We had a lot of rain come in last night. Everywhere you look is flooded, so I'm sure that probably displaces a few deer, especially with me being on a river. So now that my 170 dream has kind of been crushed with this guy kind of messing with me, I might get the bow again, and you know, some of the boys have some spots that I could probably get into, or we just actually saw a buck. I mean, I could probably still get access and rip the bow a little bit, but I'm ready to let one fly, whether it's a piece of lead or an arrow.
I like this a lot. There's like 30 of them. Just like, that's the same flock, obviously. Here they come. Let's see if we get some turkey footage first.
pouring rain. But honestly, I'm just happy that we made it to noon without law enforcement. So, in my head, we're ahead of the game. We'll probably end up sitting here as long as we can, as long as we can bear it. And if we don't see a deer in here within the next 3 hours, we're gonna back out of here and go grab the bow and move to a different spot. It's a nicer buck. Still don't think it's a shooter. He's not what we want, though. Hey, we got a hot doe in the area. That's all we need. Does that seem smaller? 8. Nice browse, though. Come on up here. See if I can grunt him up here. See if I can get him to rattle in. Here he comes. He's coming. I'm soaked. I think that's where there's a soaked sewer rat right now. Luckily, it's not that. It's cold, but I'm not cold. Yeah. I had 3 bucks come in chasing a doe. None of them were shooters. One of them I rattled right up to us. He was fired up, drooling out his mouth, panting. That's the most action we've seen. So, really hard. We were talking about leaving and grabbing the bow, but that's exactly what we wanted to see to make us want to stay a little longer.
Alright guys, me and Ryan are heading to the tree. We're switching gears a little bit. We're going to a spot that I have 2 bucks that are acting like they're going to be pretty consistent. We hung the set yesterday for them, and they both daylighted after we got out, probably about 3 hours after we got out of there. So I'm really confident that a deer is going to die tonight. Feeling really good about this evening. We have a short walk to get in there. It rained all morning and all night, so it's going to be pretty smooth getting in there. We're not going to be crunched on leaves or anything, so I'm feeling really great about it, getting in there early. Probably going to get in there around 1:30, get in there, get quiet, and hopefully take a deer home with us this evening and get on board. Next door neighbor on the property we have is trying to sabotage our hunt. Literally driving a dirt bike all the way around, crossing our property line, going on other people's property. Just driving a dirt bike in the woods, trying to ruin our hunt. Met this guy yesterday, told him what we were doing, told him how we had legal permission to hunt the property, and thought things were all cool, and I guess they're not. just wanted to get a contact to see what I should do about the situation. You can give me a call back. Just know when you have some free time. Thank you. Hey, Adam. What's up, man?
Neighbors don't want you here, bro. I don't want you here. I understand you got permission, but these people ain't did nothing with this property in 12 years.
I thought we were good.
Well, my wife's very unhappy, so.
Well, sir, I only... So, it's 2:30. We're still sitting in a tree. The guy that was riding around on his dirt bike has went back in his house. Kind of composed myself a little bit now that I can kind of talk a little better. Cause like, man, you put so much time and effort to this stuff, driving, 7 hours up here, knocking on doors, getting legal permission. Then you have a guy who literally wants to just sabotage your hunt, drive through the woods, after you've done everything right, got, $300 plus on a hunting license, and somebody just wants to ruin it just to ruin your day. It's messed up. So these deer have been coming out at 5, so we're gonna sit tight and hopefully we can still smoke a buck and ride out here with the deer on the tailgate.
I don't even know what day it is. I think it's the 3rd afternoon, if I'm correct. I had that deer showing up all morning and all day chasing does that we saw last night. He's like a nice 10-point. I'm still deciding if I'm gonna shoot him. I think I probably will on the last day. I think he's at least 3 or 4 years old. So if the big one doesn't show up and that deer comes out tomorrow night, can't promise I won't shoot him. I'm gonna sit here, hopefully he comes through tonight, hope he comes through in the morning. And if not, I may just go ahead and take that other buck, who's a really nice buck. I just have been holding off for the really big one. So, see how the night goes. I've been hunting my whole life. I've never seen that before. That was insane. That buck came up the hill and I saw him. The funky buck just like got all bristled up and started heading down the hill. I was like, no way they're gonna fight. That'd be so cool. They freaking killed each other. That deer did a flip down there. Funniest part was I forgot my rattles today and I was gonna rattle, so looks like I don't need them. So that was definitely the most eventful sit. I got in and had a little button buck come in, and then the funky buck came in. I looked down the hill and a bigger buck comes. He gets in. It's that 7-point I've been seeing. He's a good deer and I think he's mature, but not a shooter yet. And funky buck goes down and just wears or tries to fight him. He got his butt handed to him, broke his tine off because he came back in and was missing that weird split he had. And then they kind of fed around for a minute. He came back. I had that bigger 10-point come in, and all of them kept looking behind me. Like there was 4 or 5 deer right in front of me, and they were all looking behind me. And you know when a deer sees another deer, they have that look. I kept smelling this just strong buck smell. And when the wind would switch to where it was coming from the other way, it reeked of it. But majority of the time, my wind was blowing straight in my face, going straight at that deer. So I think that's what made him not come in. And as I was getting down, I heard a deer blowing. I don't know if it was him, because the deer blew a lot, and I feel like bucks usually blow like once or twice and leave. This deer blew like a doe, where it was kind of just a bunch. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna go hunt where Griffin killed his buck in the morning, because he saw a really nice buck tonight. So I'll pick you up then.
All right, we're suburban bow hunting. I'm in a tethered saddle. I mean, my friends back home, they're not even gonna recognize this. We got a house to our back about 70 yards. There's a natural funnel coming out into this field. I have no idea what to expect. With there being 1 day left, and I would love a 170, but I would love a 130 with my bow in a saddle. I've never even shot out of it yet, but I've already done some practice pulls. Wham! See what happens.
So there's good news and bad news. The good news is probably gonna shoot a doe tonight. Bad news is there's already about 10 back there at my set right now. So I might be able to shoot one going in. I don't know if y'all will be able to see it, but worst case I just hit record and put the camera on the ground so y'all can at least hear it. I'm really looking forward to it. I have no buck tags, but I'm sure we'll see some chasing and whatnot. I saw a buck chasing a doe actually when I pulled in to my homeowner's yard. So I'm gonna slip back in here, gotta get some stuff ready before I go back there, but shouldn't be too long.
The deer that I was after is in here right now. So I got this gripped over this hill and he's standing here. Just putting it down. I'm trying to get him on video. Was a cluster. That doe was smart. That doe has been coming in here all week, and every time she comes in, she's on high alert. And the reason I can tell her different from the others is the pattern of her coat. She's got like a weird pattern for most deer in here. So when she came in, I decided, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take her. I only wanted to shoot one. I wanted to get out of here because I saw a pretty big deer, and I'm gonna try to get Alex in here in the morning to kill her. So about to wrap it up. I'm about to climb down and just get this doe and drag her out of here. Good news, she ran straight to the truck, so really couldn't be more perfect. Crushed her. Gotta love when they look like that. She died right up over here. It's a really, really steep angle where I shot her, but it came out money. Went in super high, came out money. Big old nanny doe. Could not be happier. I got her back to the truck, loaded up. That was not an easy drag. That was a really, really long drag actually, like 300 yards, and it's just up and down hills. But luckily I had the sled. Went back in there, got her tagged, and got her loaded up. So off to the process, now gonna drop her off, and hopefully we'll get a call here in a little bit of somebody with the buck down. I know Alex is not gonna be in here in the morning. Maybe Drew's coming here too. I saw a really big deer right before I shot this doe. So I don't have any tags left, decided to take her, but gonna definitely be back here in the morning, trying to lay eyes on that big deer and possibly get an arrow in him. Rack up some points tonight and have a sneaky little comeback, so coming for your spot, Jason.
I'm not losing. I refuse to lose. I want that belt.
It's just too much drama, man. You can't kill a deer like this.
It's every bit a mental game as it is a physical hunting game.
We got a Big Ten coming.
Oh my God. In first place, winner of the first annual New City Challenge,